So you are a health seeker and you are looking for information. You're trying to figure out how to be the healthiest you can be. It's hard. It's hard to navigate the multitude of information out there. I was raised a traditional medicine doctor. I was in the Air Force for 8 years. I said, yes, ma'am, and yes, sir. I quoted all the studies. I had very good traditional training in the military. At some point, I realized that what I was doing wasn't working. I had my own health issues with fatigue. I had to figure it out. And the traditional medicine, your labs are normal approach didn't work for me. But it was really hard for me to give up on that traditional training because, it had been ingrained in me. If you are struggling at all with that, I want you to know that I understand and I get it and I feel for you, and I still struggle with it. I think that functional medicine definitely deserves a place. The issue is that a lot of the traditional training in the journals, they poo-poo what we do because they say, oh, you're not using real words like bioidentical hormones. That's just a made-up word. Well, a lot of words in medicine are made up. I've been researching and reading because I had to recertify my board certification for OBGYN recently. It's a once-a-year thing. So I was reading my articles, and I was reading an article on where does hormone replacement therapy stand currently, and this was from July of 2024. They used the term isomolecular. They wouldn't use the word bioidentical, but they used the word isomolecular. And I've heard another well-known doctor use the term body identical. There's this sentiment out there that bioidentical is quackery. Well, let's talk about that. Bioidentical, isomolecular, and body identical all refer to the same thing. So if you've never done chemistry, that's okay. This might get a little sciencey. At the molecular structure where carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, and nitrogen, and whatever those elements are that come together to make the molecules, it has the same shape and is identical to what your ovaries used to make. And that is how hormones work, like a key and a lock. The way the key is shaped will open one door, and then if you have a master key, it will open every door. And if the key is not forged exactly correctly, it won't open the door at all. Bioidentical is far superior to non-bioidentical. That's not rocket science. If it's available in the form that God made it, let's use that form instead. What hormones are not bioidentical? Well, Premarin, for one. Premarin is estrogen from horse urine, pregnant mare's urine. That was one of the original hormones back in the 40s. It was easy to come by and it worked to relieve hot flashes. It's bioidentical, isomolecular, or body identical if you're a horse, but not if you're a human. It does relieve hot flashes, but that key has a different shape and it's going to unlock doors that we don't want to unlock. It's metabolized down a pathway that leads to unhealthy estrogen metabolites. I don't recommend that. I want to address another term that's used though, and that is synthetic versus natural. This is where it gets a little confusing because you would think synthetic is bad and natural is good. I got to tell you, I don't give a hoot whether it's made in a lab or it's found in nature. I care if at the molecular structure, it's identical to what your body needs. So you can make bioidentical hormones in the lab. You can find non-bioidentical hormones in nature. For instance, Premarin. Just because something's natural doesn't mean it's good. Poisonous mushrooms are natural. They're not good. Arsenic is natural. It's not good. Let's get away from using those terms. The problem is we don't really have one word to describe the non-bioidentical hormones other than saying non-bioidentical. So that's why I think a lot of people use the word natural versus synthetic. But I'm a little bit of a purist. I was raised that way with using words and describing things. I haven't found the right word to describe that other than don't use it, and it's not the same as what your body makes. Other non-bioidentical hormones, medroxyprogesterone acetate, that's Provera. It has been the most commonly used oral progesterone. And one of the convenient things was they used to have this combination pill, so you only had to take one pill a day, and it was Premarin and medroxyprogesterone acetate, so a woman could take one pill a day and get her hormones. Yeah, that's convenient, but oral isn't good for estrogen. It's not the best form, and medroxyprogesterone acetate has a lot of bad side effects bioidentical real progesterone does not have. Real progesterone is calming. Real progesterone balances estrogen. Real progesterone does not cause breast cancer. We now think that it was the Provera, the medroxyprogesterone acetate, that caused the cancer and not the estrogen at all. Please pay attention to the words you use. Pay attention to the hormones that you take. And when someone is talking about hormone replacement therapy, they should talk in terms that you know which hormones they're talking about, because they're not all the same. They're clearly different. There's so much evidence on that. We cannot extrapolate necessarily one to the other and the risks of one to the other. It's just really important to be accurate, descriptive in our terms, to admit what we know, to admit what we don't know. The real goal here is not for us to tell you what to do as doctors, as the medical profession. The goal is for us to educate you. Physician means teacher. Educate you and have honest conversations about risks, benefits, and alternatives, and let you be the boss of your own body. You have sobering power over your own body. You deserve that. You need to have information, honest information, in order to make those decisions. I'm Dr. Yvonne Carney. I'm the Hormone Locksmith. If you found this information helpful, please forward it to someone who needs to hear it, and I'd be honored if you would subscribe or follow me. Thanks.